Rogue tier, we still winning. Magic card, oh, we extending. Dark Law, he still contending. Sunrise, your lights in it. Yugi peoples, welcome to more Master Duel Be a Better Hero Player Series Duels. So this one was also from the Duelist Cup. As you can see, I opened up with a hand that's like really pretty broken here. We got the cross out, we got the fusion D, the hero lives, the imperm, the veiler. Yeah, we doing big things right here. So we're going to go ahead and special summon out that Stratos, use this effect to go grab Vion effect to send Shadow Mist. And since we have the fusion D, we don't need to go get that poly. And we're going to send Shadow Mist and not activate his effect so that we can get his effect later on with our cross sheep. Go into Isolde, go ahead and make the normal Isolde hero plays. We're going to add the denier because we don't care whether we send that to the grave this turn or not. Go ahead and link off Isolde and Renaud into Dagda so we can get that scythe lock going with our living fossil. Activate the living fossil, activate Dagda effect to go ahead and set him. Go ahead and get that scythe lock on. Then we bring back the Vion with the living fossil, link him and Dagda off in order to make the cross sheep. And this is how we special summon back that Shadow Mist so that we can get to our mass change. We'll activate the Fusion D, send in Draw Hand and Mally Boy to special summon DPE. Make sure to special summon it to the zone that cross sheep points to. Then cross sheep effect will activate to go ahead and get that Shadow Mist to add that mass change. And then we're going to set everything. This looks like masked hero Eldritch. So yeah, during the standby phase, we'll activate draw hands effect. Go ahead and chain DPE effect. I decided to just leave DPE on board. Like I don't know, just like no reason in particular. I just decided not to destroy him. I tried to destroy the Shadow Mist instead. That way I can go ahead and get the Shadow Mist effect to add a hero from my deck to my hand. And then we got the Scythe lock going here. I'll go ahead and save the mass change just to see what my opponent ends up doing. And I end up getting hit with evenly matched for my entire life. And I have no choice but to leave the DPE out on board since I had already used his effect. And I'd rather not risk him getting banished. Then during the standby phase, we'll special summon back out the DPE. Despite getting hit with evenly matched, we'll see that we're up against this one of these like weird burn decks, and yeah, like I just figured with DPE there's pretty much like no chance in him winning. It's just like, even though those monsters can't be destroyed by card effects, we can just use DPE as, you know, pretty much like our only monster on board and just keep popping his back row until he runs out of monsters. So here I'm gonna go ahead and get 3 monsters on board. And we're going to go ahead and make the unicorn here since that thing cannot be destroyed by card effect. And then we're going to try to bounce back the little weird monster and get hit by the ring of D. He's going to hit my unicorn. And we're still going to send back that little monster thing that he has on board. It just sucks that I can't make access code talker now, so we can't really go for game. And then we'll go ahead and end turn right there. Going into my opponent's next turn, he'll special summon out another one of those guys. They get effects like when they do battle with a monster. So we'll just keep our DPE off the board so that he can't go into battle phase. And I messed up last turn by not summoning out the Mally that was on top of my deck. So yeah, I drew that. So now DPE comes back. During the end phase, we'll go ahead and pop that back row again. It's some kind of metal reflex slime. I'm not even sure what's going on in the game anymore. But, you know, those monsters, they shuffle back into the deck during the standby phase. So, you know, no worries. He can just keep on playing them. And we'll just keep on recycling the DPE. He's got 3,300 life points left. We draw the Fire Flint Lady. We're going to activate her effect to special summon herself. And then tribute her to normal summon that Mally Boy. And we have exact lethal right there and put an end to this game. So yeah, even though we got hit with evenly matched for our life, we played against like a really weird deck where you can just like keep DPE or just keep a monster off the board, and yeah, they can't do anything. And moving along to the next duel cheer, We opened up not very good at all, but fortunately with this deck, as long as you can get 2 warriors out onto the board, then you're doing big things. So we're gonna normal summon the Fire Flint Lady, use the Durandal to go ahead and fetch our other Fire Flint Lady, use her effect to special summon herself since we control another warrior. We're gonna use those two to make a Isolde effect. We're gonna go ahead and add that Stratos for our follow-up next turn. Then use Isolde's effect, send our favorite equip card, the Living Fossil, to go special out Renaud to grab back that Living Fossil, and y'all know what's about to happen next. We going into that Dagada. We're gonna use the Dagada effect by activating the Living Fossil. So there goes Living Fossil to get the Fire Flint Lady, chain Dagada effect. Dagada to set the Scythe, and then Living Fossil will bring back the Fire Flint Lady, and then we will link the Fire Flint off Lady with the Dagada to go ahead and make the Verte Anaconda. And y'all know what he does. Like, yeah, he's banned in the TCG, but in Master Duel, we're going to take full advantage of all the cards that we got here. We're going to go ahead and send that Denier, send that Mally Boy. Since we don't have the mass change, there's really no big reason to send a draw hand. So we have the Stratos and Denier for follow-up next turn. During the end phase, go ahead and pop the Verte and the DPE. Usually I don't do that, but since I have the cross-out designator for the Call by the Grave, it's like we're not, too concerned about it. I just rather not get hit with Super Poly because that does randomly happen a lot on this game. So standby phase, bring back DPE effect to hit himself and Scythe. Scythe chainlink 1, DPE chainlink 2. Scythe is going to hit the board, and I'm going to get hit with the drip. Yeah, it sucks. I just didn't have a way to get to Dark Claw. But I still feel pretty good about it. We got Ash, we got Imperm. I mean, not Ash. We got Ash. No, we do have Ash, not Imperm. We have Valor. Get hit with the Feather Duster. So there goes the cross-out designator, and then he's going to set 2 and activate it Lord. Since he doesn't have anything in hand, no monsters or anything, I just go ahead and decide to Ash that right there. Like, there's just no point in letting him draw, switch out a Lord for something else. So that, I don't know, I guess that could have been a mistake, but he's going to flip up the Fusion Destiny to go ahead and make the DPE. So y'all know what's about to happen. Chill, we're about to have DPE wars, which, as a hero player with actual heroes in my graveyard, I feel like, the chances of winning are pretty high when we have DPE wars. So draw Maxi does nothing for the turn. We're going to go ahead and bring back that DPE. Go ahead and get rid of his back row by using Stratos' effect to pop it. It was Super Poly. Good thing that thing is gone. Then, right now, with no other cards on the board, his DPE is pretty much dead. So I can kind of just do whatever I want here. We're going to go ahead and use those two to special summon the Cross Sheep, in which he's going to go ahead and use the DPE effect. I'm going to go ahead and chain my DPE effect, pop his so that he can't pop my Cross Sheep. And, we'll activate our DPE effects in graveyard. And then to continue on with my turn, we're going to go ahead and use the Denier and the Mally Boy that we have in graveyard. Use his effect to put back the Mally to special summon back out Mally. And, this is a little bit of damage that we got on board. So we'll just go ahead and enter the battle phase right here. Use these right here. Now, the reason why I didn't do too much, I can't OTK him with access code talker, so there's no point in climbing it high. Then we'll go ahead and use those 3 right there to create our Appaloosa. This way I can have the option to negate DPE. I can negate the Celestial that he has in graveyard, and yeah, we looking really good here. But he draws the Fallen Albaz for turn. Use the Dasher effect to special summon it. So we're going to go ahead and maxi there. Go ahead and get the draw off of that and the draw off of the DPE summon. So now we have DPE and Fallen Albaz versus Appaloosa and my DPE. And, going into main phase, he's going to go ahead and activate DPE's effect. And I'm going to activate Valor here. And I use the Veiler instead of the Appaloosa because if I use Appaloosa's effect here, she drops down, you know, technically to 1600. His DPE effect to be negated, but my DPE is only reducing his DPE down to 1900. So the DPE has enough attack to attack over my Appaloosa. And then that forces me to activate my DPE effect. I would have to use my DPE to destroy his DPE. And then the Fallen Albaz goes back up to 1800 and my Appaloosa is still at 1600. So, you know, it's enough for the Fallen of Albaz to attack over the Appaloosa. So instead, to avoid all that, I just go ahead and activate the Veiler, because if you remember, he still has Celestial engraved and I need to be able to use my Appaloosa to negate that Celestial to keep him from getting back in the game. So that's exactly what happens. He goes ahead and activates the Celestial, and I still have that big Appaloosa. We're going to use the Appaloosa to negate the Celestial, and my opponent realizes the game is over. So, yeah, just like a little technical part right there. Like, I think, like, it's not guaranteed that I would have lost, but my chances of losing would have increased greatly if I had used Appaloosa to negate instead of Veiler. So, you know, just always remember, check out all your options. Be sure, try to make the best plays possible. And I appreciate all y'all for watching and for staying a while to listen. And I'll catch you on the next video. Stay away.